talk about the defensive line?
Let's talk about defensive line. Let's talk about some recruits, man. Let's talk about some recruits. What's up with these recruits?
Well, go ahead and pull up my little slide.
All right, here we go. This is it right here.
So, this is the D lineman that I have so far on the roster.
All right. So,
I think
who start with first?
Well, I want to start with 97, 98, 99. Because those were some of our big defensive linemen that we wanted to make sure that we kept on the team. True Thompson, I don't know if anybody remembers him because I think he got injured last year.
Yeah, he got injured last year.
But he is back healthy and he's back on the squad.
Mm-hmm.
Charlton, that's Roger Goodell's
nephew.
His nephew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We have Antonio Doyle, which, by the way, he has his own YouTube. And he has some really good videos, so check out his
YouTube.
Yeah, and then we have Tamontre Graham and Zion Walker. So these are now, if I missed some of the current defensive linemen, I do apologize. These were compiled directly from the website.
You see that big country white boy right there in the middle? That's Big Boosie right there. Don't forget about Big Boosie. Mm-hmm. Big Boosie, he's a character, but he can ball his ass off too.
And so I think that it's great that they were able to keep the defensive line pretty well stable because they still have Coach Weeks on the team. So he's still going to be a coach at Jackson State, and his son is going to be on special teams still. So I'm excited about that. Now, as far as like signing day, I guess I'm expecting for a lot more people to come out the woodwork on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because the only defensive I see the defensive end that we got was Braxton Barney. 6'4", 223 pounds from Madison, Mississippi. He just committed this evening. So I didn't see anybody else that's a defensive lineman or defensive end. I didn't see any other commits. Do you know of any?
I haven't seen anything else. I haven't even checked Twitter like that. That's the reason why I was asking you what was up in these Twitter streets right here.
I mean, I just saw we got a lot of O lineman commits, and we got some wide receivers and some DBs, but I didn't see that many defensive linemen. So I'm thinking that maybe we'll see some influx by Wednesday.
You will see pretty much majority of the heavy hitters coming out on Wednesday, probably like Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, because it's always going to be like that.
I feel like Coach T.C. Taylor got quiet because I'm pretty sure a lot of these kids are actually already on campus and already enrolled in school. They just had to do their little photo shoot or whatever. And because he's gotten real quiet, no more standby notices by Coach T.C. Taylor. So I wanted to highlight Coach Jeff Weeks because I think it's
firecracker right there. I don't care what anybody say.
So basically, this is going to be a very big factor in this season because Coach Jeff Weeks, he's had over 25 years of coaching at the NFL, college, and prep levels. Prior to Jackson State, he served as a linebackers coach for the Buffalo Bills under Rex Ryan. And as we all know, Coach Weeks was the one that looked at James Houston and switched him from linebacker to an edge rusher. And also Antoine Owens, he signed with the USFL.
And Antoine Owens could play all. He could play both D ends, and he could play inside. He played inside too. So he was uh, he was accessible at any position on the defensive line. James Houston could be on the defensive line as a put your hand in the dirt type defensive end, or he could stand up and be more like your traditional rush outside linebacker, kind of like in the mode of TJ Watt in a sense like that. And you saw the difference when he was on the field with Detroit this past season. As soon as he got in the game on Thanksgiving, it was go time. Um, and then also you can say Katron Evans, but Katron Evans played his first year at Jackson State. Somebody said that in chat. But Katron Evans played his first year at Jackson State. He was 6'4", probably about 305. But then, I don't know, injuries or he was in somebody's doghouse last season, this past season. And you see the reason why he transferred out. He's at Charlotte. So, more power to him. But
if I'm a defensive lineman and my coach is Coach Jeff Weeks, and I hear that my coach is staying, he's not going nowhere, and I know that he just got James Houston drafted or significantly increased his draft stock by looking at his how he moves and moving him, making that big move, and then I'm able to see James Houston how translate from Jackson State to the NFL, and also know that Coach Jeff Weeks has those connects with Rex Ryan and others. I'm staying at Jackson State.
yeah.
Or if I'm a D lineman and I know that Coach Jeff Weeks is there, I'm going to Jackson State because I see James Houston. I see how he was angry that he got switched. And then Jeff Weeks says, this is what you need to do. And I see it translate at the NFL level. So for me, the dark side defense, I would love to see them mimic what they did last year.
And if you really want to talk about the dark side defense, the true dark side defense, you'll have to watch tapes. You have to watch video of those defenses back in the late 80s, early 90s, because that's where you will understand what the dark side defense was about.
You talking about Chicago Bears defense?
We talking about not Chicago Bears. I'm talking about Jackson State. That's where we got the dark side defense from back in the late 80s, early 90s. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with W.C. Gordon, and then it passed on down to Coach Hill. Then it passed on down to Big Daddy. Like those defenses, like they was some gangbusters, some headhunters. Like they didn't care who you was on the field. If you didn't, if you had the ball in your hand, or if you was on the opposite side of the field or that line, they was coming after you. Like they was coming after you. That Adrian, you think I know you SU all the way, but you know that real dark side defense was from Jackson State was nasty.
Okay, they said that there is another JUCO D lineman. His last name is
Giles
from early signing day. So that'll be Giles, and then the recruit that just signed, Braxton Barney, as an addition to the D-line players. But I'm sure that on Wednesday we're going to have a couple more that are going to commit. It's kind of like crunch time now, so we're headed towards the finish line with regard to how many recruits we sign.
Right. And see, like I said, this is the reason, and this is the reason why TC is going after. I mean, skilled position players gonna come. They're gonna come regardless, dime a dozen, because they're skilled position players. You could fill out skilled position players, but if you don't got them trenches, you don't got that trench work right, then it's gonna be a long day for you.
Hey, thank you for tuning in to She Loves Thee. So, what did you think? Too much? Not enough? Need more facts? What other topics do you think I should cover? Comment below and don't forget to like and subscribe.